Hey, wait a minute. Here we go. There we go.
Slapper. If I could go dreads, I go dreads for this one. Shout out to Legend E40. Hey, I'm in the bay with it. Yeah. This right here is a slapper. Yeah. Come on. This right here is a slapper. Yeah. Come on. This right here is a slapper. Yeah. This right here is a slapper. Yeah, this beat is my bitch, I'm a pimp. Slapper. I'm in the club tryna fuck something after. Nasty. Real trap nigga sell a perk to a pass. When I'm done with this hoe, you can have. I'ma find something better. Yeah. And if the pussy good, nigga, I'ma tag her. Ain't a nigga in this game that wanna battle. I'm a king on the throne in my castle. Yeah. She get freaky when I'm out in the capsule. Beat banging like 96. But I never snitch like a 6'9". Nope. Pull up in a 6'4". Going up the motherfucking west side. Crips riding with me like it's 92. New J's on Carolina blue. Getting to the bag like I'm Uncle Scrooge. Yeah, I've been through a lot and got a lot to prove. This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
Bustin' the dough like Urkel, nigga smoking purple. Pull off in my whip, screech, huh? Lisa Turtle. Bitch body and banging her, man, she wear a girdle. Put the condom on my dick because the bitch is fertile. Beat slapping like E40 on it. Got my little Brody on it. All the smoke, you know we want it. LA shit, West Coast, we stay lit. Volume 10, nigga, stay with the pistol grip. 2 chains on my neck, no titty boy. Like a beat out the ring, huh? Like my name was Roy Jones. Take that, huh? Sean Combs. And if she ain't fucking, she could catch a Uber home. No dreads, but go dumb with the bald head. Mars got a high success rate like the feds. Throwing the towel, y'all little dogs, bow wow. And I'm a big dog, get you up and fuck the chow.
This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
I'm on my shit, I ain't feeling myself. Yeah, I keep a bad bitch on my whole top shelf. Like my nigga said, this right here is a slapper. Look for it in your baby mama favorite rapper recipe. Smack drop, go stupid, go dumb. I don't give a bitch nothing but hard dick and bubble gum. From the Bay to LA, all my niggas getting rich. Do the hawk on the horn, just sauce on my bitch. I made it one time. Swing a Benz like a Hyundai, rolling up tree like bonsai. Nigga, what's beef to a small fry? I get on that bitch heels like fungi. Catch me at the side show blowing gas ain't gon' eat paper plates on the tip tycoon. All my niggas do is sumo. Niggas mad cause they bitch wanna kick it like judo. Coach.
This right here is a slapper. This right here is a slapper. This right here is a slapper. This right here is a slapper.
This right here is a slapper, Miss Coco Hayes. This is a slapper. Look at Elon Musk throwing up the Nazi sign. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Elon Musk. They say he's throwing up the Nazi symbol. Hell, Elon Musk. Right? They got him all on the news like, hey, he Hitler. Elon Musk is Hitler. We got to get him up out of here. Elon Musk is Hitler. He is baby Hitler. Because you know Donald Trump is the big Hitler, so he's a little Hitler. Right? So Elon Musk is the little Hitler. You know, he's doing Nazi salutes. He was doing some anti-Semitic stuff. Even though he's a African American, technically he's an African American, right? We can put him in the checkbook. We got African American. One of the richest men in the world is African American, right? But he's a racist somehow. All the stuff he done for the, the world and the Jewish community and dropping, little satellite dishes everywhere, so they can have communications to help with war in Ukraine and Israel, and they help with people in America and stuff. He done came through like, here it go right here. I got y'all with y'all communication, but he don't get no credit for none of the good stuff he done. None of the good stuff. Bought Twitter, gave it back to the people with the freedom of speech and shit like that, made people, and this company millionaires, doing something for the government, as far as government efficiency, basically for free because he's a genius, right? But now they're comparing him to Hitler. This dude is the next coming of Hitler. First of all, shout out to Miss Coco and Miss Chocolate that can't make it today. They're doing something more important than this right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them when they watch this show later. But right now, you know, like I said, he's little Hitler. So let's get into it because I ain't gonna be on here all day, right? But I got some good information for y'all. I got some great information for y'all on dark money. I got some Elon Musk. I got some Bill Gates. I got some Robert Kennedy. I got some Donald Trump. With no further ado, let's get into Mr. Donald Trump holding a press conference on the plane. When do you know Donald Trump carried the press on the plane? Like, y'all want to ask me some questions, y'all got to hop on the plane with me on the Air Force One, and I answer questions. I got a press conference everywhere I go. On the plane, when I land, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to LA. I'm going to down south. I'm in Miami. I'm everywhere, right? Donald Trump is everywhere. You don't see Joe Biden doing this shit. Donald Trump been in more places in 1 week than Joe Biden been in a year, or probably his whole presidency. You know what I'm saying? He ain't taking no vacation or nothing. He ain't taking no time off from his campaign. It's like he's still running. He's still running. But anyway, he holding press conference on the plane. Let's go.
A year ago, you shared one of our Daily Mail graphics suggesting you would seek revenge in your second term. Is that what motivates you now? Revenge over your critics?
No. Remember my statement? Success will be my revenge. Success will be my revenge.
Today.
Woo! Success will be my revenge. Huh? Success. Everybody like Donald Trump want revenge. Have he went after anybody yet? Except the people he said he was going to go after? The immigrants that commit crimes? The people that cheat the system? The motherfuckers that's not going to work? Have he said he went after anybody has he went after Joe Biden, Dr. Fauci, Liz Cheney, even though they got pardoned? Have he went after them, tried to dig up dirt, accuse them of anything? No. Have he sent this DOJ, even though Miss Pam Biden is already in? Did he send her a piece of head sec to the house? No, he ain't done none of that shit. He done exactly what he said. I'm going to secure the border.
70 or so minutes in front of Republicans in Congress, the Republican members of the House down in Miami for their retreat, as they called it. It was a sucking up contest, right? And over the past, certainly since he was elected, but it's increased over the past 3 weeks. And I've listened to it because I talk to members of Congress all the time. It is a contest of who can be the most sycophantic on television to the president.
Why? They couldn't do that shit with Joe Biden. Joe Biden wasn't on TV. At least Donald Trump on TV, and you can stand behind him. Look at the countries making investments. Look at the people making investments. Why they got to be kissing ass? Because they want to invest in their country and make their country stronger, make their country more profitable, right? And make their country more efficient, right? Why do they have to be sucking up to Donald Trump? They don't have to kiss Donald Trump. All these people are billionaires. Donald Trump was going to do what he was going to do regardless if they was going to support him or not. He was going to give everybody the tax break whether they support him or not because he understands business. It's not kissing up to his ass. Huh? Elon Musk has no reason to kiss up to Donald Trump as much money he got. He's the richest man in the world. What he going to kiss somebody's ass for? Huh? Y'all, and who asked? Is it Donald Trump kissing Elon Musk's ass, or is it Elon Musk kissing Donald Trump's ass? Y'all go with whatever narrative y'all can fit at that time. Well, Elon Musk got an office. Elon Musk is really running shit. Elon Musk is the president. Well, Elon Musk is the vice president. Elon Musk is Donald Trump's best friend. Elon Musk tells Donald Trump what to do. What is it? Let's go.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
No.
Yes, motherfucker.
Sycophancy is not a good thing.
Sir, can you clarify something for us that you said on Saturday? You were asked a question about whether Elon Musk has an office in the West Wing, and you talked about how there was an office that was used for executive orders. Does Elon have his own office in the West Wing?
We have an office for almost 40 people using it, headed up by him. And those people take my executive orders, and you see this. It's like I just signed 5 of them, actually. It's 4 plus 1. We did something on the Holocaust, as you know, and all very important. And that group of 40 very smart people goes around to make sure they're worked on, that the executive order is worked on and accepted and done.
And the result of that for Donald Trump will be what? You know him well.
He'll be happy. He likes it.
As an example, water started flowing down in California. I say off the record.
He said off the record. Water started flowing down in California. I say off the record. Finally, the fire chief and the mayor and the government gonna do some shit, you know what I'm saying, to bring some water from Northern California back down to Southern California. Off the record. Yeah, Donald Trump said that.
Without anybody else's approval, except for the approval that we needed, the legal approval that we needed. So water is going to start flowing into California like it should have when I first brought it up many years ago.
So it's headed up by him, that office.
So the office is used by all 40 people as a place to coordinate with the White House.
Sir, we're landing in 5 minutes.
But look, this isn't anything new. Lyndon Johnson was brutal when he was a Senate leader. You didn't do it his way, he'd try to hurt you, destroy you. Nancy Pelosi, one step below Johnson. You didn't toe her line, no money for you, we'll primary you. Trump is adopting those techniques.
Whoa! He adopted Democrats' techniques. Good point, O'Reilly. When they do it, you know what I'm saying? When the Democrats do it, Nancy Pelosi is exerting her authority. She's head of a party to showing what kind of good woman she is. She's this and she's that, right? They don't say anything. She a primary and everything. Kick your ass out of the Democratic Party like she tried to do some of the members of the squad and everything. No money, no none of that shit. She know what she's doing. She the one got rid of the squad. She broke their ass up.
Because he wants what he wants when he wants it. Because Trump can destroy you. If you look at Liz Cheney, he destroyed her.
Look, the first time that Elon Musk decides to declare that globalist Jews are responsible for the great replacement of brown people into the United States, maybe it was a misunderstanding, you know?
Just checking in on my friends who are struggling this week. My heart.
She a Republican. Why she do that shit? She made us look bad. She resigned in Pennsylvania. She's a Republican. I was hoping she was a Democrat, but she was a Republican trying to be smart. Got her ass fired.
Goes out to you. Hope you're doing okay.
What do you think of Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally?
Another Republican.
Remember when they said Laura Ingraham done the same thing? Remember they said Laura Ingraham done the Hitler salute? They always talk about Donald Trump or Donald Trump supporters doing some Hitler salute in the damn rally or some shit like that, but they never show it. They always talk about it. We always hear about it, but we never hear it. It's never on audio. All the racist shit and all that, it's never on audio. All the Nazi shit we see, it's never shown. Like they finna try to say something right here.
2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally.
Another Republican National Convention speech ended in controversy as social media users noticed conservative radio host Laura Ingraham made a gesture that looked similar to the Nazi salute.
The second time he said that Jews are pushing hatred against white people, that's a quote. You know, that was a little iffy. By the second Sieg Heil, I think he kind of loses the benefit of the doubt to be not accused of playing footsie with these Nazis.
God bless you and God bless the United States of America.
I'm not saying he's a Nazi. I'm saying the Nazis think he's a Nazi, which they very clearly did at this event.
Ingraham posted a picture on Twitter to point out that she's not the only one to be photographed in that position.
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but I can tell you I've been at many rallies with Elon Musk, who loves to cheer when President Trump says we need to send, our U.S. space program to Mars.
He always doing some weird shit. You saw when he was jumping up and down on stage? Elon Musk have a weird way of celebrating. He's a genius. Sometimes genius do other shit that ain't all that smart. right? Well, he was enthusiastic. What's wrong with my man being enthusiastic?
Elon Musk is a visionary. I'm looking forward to his work in Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, and look forward to looking how we can be more efficient and effective.
But this is far from the first time Donald Trump and his supporters have been criticized for similarities to the Nazi regime of Adolf Hitler.
And these words were not said in a vacuum. As you pointed out, the leaders of AfD have embraced, in many cases, the Nazi heritage.
But that is simply not the case. And to say so is the American people are smart. They see through it. They support Elon Musk. We are proud to be the country of such successful entrepreneurs. That is one of our greatest strengths as Americans.
Not one of our weakest. Oh, we hate billionaires. We hate motherfuckers who are rich. We hate motherfuckers who invent shit and make our life easier. We hate motherfuckers who invent shit, and make our country look good. We hate motherfuckers like that who get rich off of that, right? To send spaceships and to the moon and plant shit in people's heads and create artificial parts, and create military parts and military weapons and technology to help Americans like satellites and shit. We hate people like that. What if he didn't have the money? He wouldn't be able to do it, stupid.
Outlets have compared the Republican nominee to the German chancellor for his authoritarian views and his anti-Islamic rhetoric.
They have wanted to take down the Holocaust Memorial in Berlin, saying it is inappropriate to recognize this horrific chapter in German history.
Let me share with you what a few Americans have said about it. Evan Kilgore, a right-wing political commentator, wrote on X, "Holy crap, did Elon Musk just Heil Hitler at the Trump inauguration rally? This is incredible. We are so back."
He said all the races done came out. Since Elon Musk done that, he said Elon Musk done united all the races, all the KKK, all the Nazis, all the white supremacists, all the skinheads is falling behind Elon Musk. All the white Christian nationalists, the Proud Boys, all of them people is falling behind Elon Musk.
Comedian Louis C.K. said in a letter to fans, "Please stop it with voting for Trump. It was funny for a little while, but the guy is Hitler."
And I just think it's horrific. I don't understand why this guy keeps getting the benefit of the doubt.
Trump had to backtrack several times during the campaign after retweeting white supremacist accounts on Twitter.
They said he was retweeting white supremacists. Remember they saying all that shit, everything. He shared a white supremacist post. This was white supremacist. This was white supremacist. His friends was white supremacists.
Andrew Torba, who's the founder of the right-wing Christian nationalist social platform Gab, said incredible things are happening as he amplified the visual.
Trump even retweeted an image of Hillary Clinton in front of money next to a six-pointed star, a symbol of Judaism. Trump's camp said he didn't intend any anti-Semitism, but the image was originally posted on a white supremacist message board.
The Proud Boys chapter in Ohio posted the clip on a Telegram channel with the text "Heil Trump."
Trump denied that he intentionally interacted with hate groups, but some of his supporters have had no problems referencing Nazi symbolism.
Whether or not he believes this stuff
personally. You didn't even mention the Nazi jokes he was making on Twitter. That actually got.
He's been given so many chances
about it.
Yeah.
He can't say Nazi jokes. He can't. I say Nazi jokes. Am I a Nazi?
I was hearing a lot of sighing, Scott. What's the
deal?
deal?
I mean, we've moved on from Trump derangement syndrome to Elon derangement syndrome.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A chapter of the white nationalist group White Lives Matter posted it on Telegram. "Thanks for hearing us, Elon. The white flame will rise again."
Do you want to defend his saying the Germans get to
Let me let him finish, Catherine.
I love this game we play where you talk for 2 minutes, I talk for 3 seconds,
ahead,
and you
Scott.
freak out.
I could keep going. Over and over last night, white supremacist groups and neo-Nazi groups in this country rallied around that visual.
So he has a long record of supporting the Jewish people, number one. Number two, anybody who is asserting this thing he did on the stage the other day was a Sig Heil, which I just heard you say, lawyer up maybe, because absolute ridiculous.
Lawyer up, bitch. That's false accusations. Lawyer up. You're on national TV talking about here Nazi. Lawyer up, ho.
Thing to say. Under no
the
circumstances.
Nazis in Germany thought it was a Sig Heil.
Does it concern you that those elements of the neo-Nazi and white supremacist element in the United States believe that what they saw last night was a neo-Nazi salute.
Under no
The Nazis in Germany thought it was a sick Heil.
What concerns me is these are the questions you believe are most important to ask to the UN ambassador. I have a very strong record when it comes to combating anti-Semitism. We just had a historic election where President Trump earned historic support from American voters because of his strong leadership combating anti-Semitism, which has been a scourge across the country, skyrocketing since October 7th.
Was he doing anything other than expressing enthusiastically?
Why don't you do it on TV right now?
His appreciation.
Why don't you do it on TV right now?
Come on, why would he do it? He's not Elon Musk, and he know what you gonna say as soon as he do. Why don't you do it on right now? He's not. Come on, Elon shouldn't have Musk done it. You know what I'm saying? But even though he done it, don't mean he's a Nazi. Don't mean people believe you're a Nazi. Y'all didn't believe he was a Nazi at first when he was doing shit for the liberals. Now all of a sudden he a Nazi. Joe Rogan was a Nazi. He hated niggas once upon a time.
Now, if you think it's so
number three,
So I intend to bring moral clarity to this position and continue to speak out as a voice, as a beacon of light, condemning anti-Semitism at the United Nations, which is representative of President Trump's record and President Trump's promises that he made on the campaign trail.
Number three, I think it is fully appropriate. And I, of course, have been the strongest supporter of the Jewish people on this network for over a year, since October the 7th.
Is that true?
To remember the Holocaust and to remember the atrocities committed against the Jewish people. And I also think it's appropriate to remember the atrocities committed against them right now. And it seems to me, let me just finish my point.
No,
it seems to me,
I won't let you change the subject.
It seems to
Let's
me,
address what we're talking
Look, they MAGA guys didn't want to tell them the truth. Y'all want to talk about one thing, but y'all refuse to talk about the other thing as long as it fits your narrative.
I'm trying to finish my point.
As the Jew at this table,
I'm trying to finish my point.
I would say
the people who are most concerned about and most all over Elon Musk today have had nary a word for the Nazis on college campuses who've gone crazy for the last year and a half.
That is bull.
You are right. These are the questions I choose to ask because I think that your work and the administration's work on anti-Semitism only comes with real impact and credibility if it holds both right and left accountable.
That is bull.
Nothing.
I am a Jew.
I simply don't believe that if a member of the squad made that same gesture last night, that there wouldn't be commentary from you and others.
So do it right now on TV.
This is the biggest
so
conspiracy.
Do it right now on TV. If you think it's normal, if you think this is a normal way to greet people, do it right now on TV. Why won't you?
So I want to make sure that our
Bitch, why don't you say the N-word on TV? What's the difference? Why don't you say the N-word on TV? You like saying the N-word? Why don't you do the Hitler? Why don't you say the N-word? Why don't you say, come on, ain't nobody finna set themselves up like that. This bitch is stupid. I don't give a fuck what kind of point you try to make. I'm black and I wouldn't do it.
work has credibility, and credibility comes with calling anti-Semitism and anti-Semitism behavior out when it comes from both the right and the left.
I want to redirect us here because I get it. It's easier for you to defend, for whatever reason, the Sieg Heil. Okay, fine.
Is that what you're calling it?
But
are you saying it's your position that he was giving a Nazi salute?
I am saying this. You just
so.
called it a Sieg Heil trutherism.
She did.
That is the conversation that you want to have.
Yes, I do. Bye-bye.
All hail broke loose at a Donald Trump rally in Las Vegas Monday night. It descended into more chaos than usual, with a Black Lives Matter protester getting thrown out as supporters shouted deadly threats and a...
Why wouldn't he get thrown out? Some Christian people got thrown out at Kamala Harris' damn rally. He a Black Lives Matter. What the hell he doing at a Trump rally? You knew he came there to start shit. You knew he was a paid activist. Right? Ain't nobody just gonna go, no black son of a bitch from Black Lives Matter is finna go to a Trump rally to protest. Come on. You asking for it. I wouldn't go to a Kamala Harris with some Donald Trump shit on. Come on.
Nazi salute at him.
But there's another part of the
conversation. Brought it up.
Hold on. That is about Elon Musk his pattern of behavior that includes giving support to individuals who in their own country are believed to be so far to the right that they are adjacent to the Nazis. That is what's going on in Germany.
It's unclear what led to the protester getting booted, but reporters on the scene said it happened only about 10 minutes into the rally. Footage of the confrontation shows several guards grabbing at the man as he sits on the ground, shouting at them about the First Amendment. "Let him get up! Let him get up!" one woman yells, while someone else nearby is heard hollering a different suggestion: "Light the mother effer on fire."
I mean,
they had a different suggestion: light the motherfucker on fire. But they heard he said that. They didn't hear no audio, and they didn't have nobody saying it, and they didn't even have nobody throwing up no Nazi salute. They were throwing up Nazi salute out. They was escorting him out, and one of them said, "Let him get up," and the other one said, "No, light the motherfucker on fire."
Bring a different suggestion: light the mother effer on fire.
I mean, I wonder when you hear.
Sorry, that's what the Democrats argued about the Republicans in the last election.
On Tuesday morning, Trump touted the rally as a success without denouncing or acknowledging treatment of the protesters.
Fuck the treatment of the protesters. They shouldn't have been there. What about the treatment of the people that they were protesting? And he didn't say nothing about them either.
He wrote on Facebook, "There is something special happening out there, and the silent majority is silent no more."
Oh, that's racist. The silent majority. That's white supremacists. The silent majority.
I mean, in the United States, they called them fascists and they called them Nazi rallies. That's what they did.
Scott.
That's what. See, you're doing it right now.
Donald Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden comes days after his own former chief of staff went on record to describe his former boss as a fascist.
Go ahead and say it out loud. Say that Republicans are Nazis. Say it.
Say it.
But that jamboree happening right now, you see it there on your screen, in that place is particularly chilling.
So go ahead. So are you really putting?
I can't believe you're defending this.
Because in 1939, more than 20,000 supporters of a different fascist leader, Adolf Hitler, packed the garden for a so-called pro-America rally. A rally where speakers voiced anti-Semitic rhetoric from a stage draped with Nazi banners.
Way to handle this all on the line for the AfD. Like, really? Is that
I'm not an expert on German politics.
Okay, so then maybe.
But I'm saying, but you're like, oh, these people are Nazi adjacent. I heard that same thing at this table for 6 months last year.
You know something, Trump maniacs? I don't see no stinking Nazis in here.
I don't see no stinking Nazis in here, right? But Donald Trump is a Nazi. He's a Hitler. He's a fascist. And everybody at Madison Square Garden is a Hitler, is a Nazi, is a fascist. So why not believe Elon Musk is the same?
Before you defend them, maybe I need to read this again. Okay. According to the ADL, there have been leaders of this political party that have been twice fined by a German court for using banned Nazi symbols. They have also called for Germany to stop atoning for Nazi crimes.
There are leaders of the Democratic Party in the United States who condone anti-Semitism today.
The co-founders of this party engaged in extremist speech to the extent that a judge ruled that that leader could be described as fascist. Okay, these are
literally all the things I heard last year in America.
Germany
all the things
are viewed to be extremists, and I'm surprised.
So are you saying
you're
saying 50% of Republicans deny the existence of the Holocaust? Because that's the case for AfD members.
I don't know anything about German politics. I'm not an expert on German politics. I am telling you, I'm here to stand up against the defamatory statements against Elon Musk.
Here's the deal.
Elon Musk. Inflammatory statements against Elon Musk. But before we get into the conspiracy theory, let's get into a little Cat Williams, right? And a little bit of Stephen A. Smith talking about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Let's get into a little of them. You know what I'm saying? Talk about let's talk about some reality, a reality check. Let's get into a little reality check right quick. Let's go.
The man was impeached twice. He was convicted on 34 felony counts. And the American people still said, he's closer to normal
than what we see. Exactly. So when he shows up week 1 on Capitol Hill and he says, this is what we're going to do through an executive order, he's saying, I kept my promise. What voter out there can look at the Democratic Party at this moment in time and say, there's a voice for us? They didn't do that. And that's why their behinds are home and that man is back into the White House. You look at the networks right now, they're talking about him. Look at it. This is the latest. Look at him. Here he goes again. Well, you know what here he goes again means? He's doing what he said he was going to do. He promised you he was going to do these things. And he walked into office week 1, and that's exactly what he's doing. And he's saying, y'all do something about it. And when you try to do something about it, he's going to say, look at them now. Now they're concerned about these issues. Well, they
now they're concerned about the border. Now they're concerned about deportation. Now they're worried about crime and the price of food and shit like that, right? Now they're worried about the price of eggs. Look at them. Look at them. Now look at them. Now look what they're concerned about since I'm in office. They weren't concerned about it before. They weren't concerned about energy and gas and the leaking Riley bill and all that shit before, huh? They weren't concerned about ICE before. Now look at them. Look at them. They's talking about criminals and we getting criminals and shit. Like, look at them protecting the criminals. Look at them. Look at them protecting the rapists and the murderers and the robbers and shit. Look what they're saying. Look what they're doing. That's perfect.
do something about it. And when you try to do something about it, he's going to say, look at them now. Now they're concerned about these issues. Were they talking about that during the campaign? Hell no.
Black men that let Kamala down. It was everybody the fuck else. Nobody voted for this bitch.
Okay, let's be honest here. First of all, one could argue that Obama resonated more because the people chose him to be the Democratic nominee for the presidency of the United States of America. As opposed to somebody backdooring their way into that position.
That's Kamala Harris backdooring her way. She backdooring her way in position, sucking her way in positions. Any way she can get in position, damn it, she gonna get in position. Suck, fuck, whatever. Back her way. Back it on up. Back that ass up.
Be honest about it.
Women didn't vote for her. Indians didn't vote for her. Jews didn't vote for her. She married a Jew. They did not vote for her.
Said nobody voted for her. The Jews didn't vote for her. She married a Jew, and the Jew didn't vote for her.
Bitches that wanted an abortion didn't vote for her.
The bitches one didn't want an abortion, didn't vote for her. Nobody. Remember, they kept on like, the women rights, and the women didn't step up, and the women don't care about their body, and the white women don't give a fuck about their body. Like, damn, we thought the abortion business was going to at least vote for Kamala Harris. They didn't vote for the bitch. Who voted for her? Nobody.
Indians didn't vote for her. Jews didn't vote for her. She married a Jew. They did not vote for her. Bitches that wanted an abortion didn't vote for her.
You had Biden. I know that you supported Biden. Obviously, you spoke about his mental acuity and all of that other stuff, but we all saw what we saw. Before the debate on June 27th, when the debate happened, and by the time that was exposed, you then waited 3 weeks after that before he decided to walk away. But it was too late for anybody else to get in. So Kamala Harris, who didn't resonate during the primaries in 2020, couldn't even get to Iowa, suddenly is the Democratic nominee. And then then you roll up at the convention in Chicago, and everybody's like, she's a rock star. So it was like, wait a minute, how that happened? I don't know how that happened.
It was sad. Sad. They said that Cat Williams got more votes.
I wasn't even running. They said Cat Williams got more votes than Kamala Harris. I wasn't even running. They said nobody voted for this bitch. It was sad. She came on there mad as a motherfucker. Nobody voted for this bitch.
So they just wrote me in.
So you're looking at all of those things and you're saying Yes, I voted for her. A lot of people voted for her. But in the end, we end up feeling like damn fools because we supported it. We fell for the okie doke, as they say. You know she did. If you had a primary, the likelihood is that she would not have been the Democratic nominee.
They said she tricked everybody. The Democratic Party was bamboozled everybody. They tricked everybody to thinking she was the best thing since sliced cheese. He said, I'm disappointed. I didn't vote for it. He didn't want to vote for it. By the time you admit this shit, Stephen A.
If you had a primary, the likelihood is that she would not have been the Democratic nominee.
I don't know. I expected more of Kamala. It's one thing to get your ass whooped, but you still got to come out, man. She ain't even show the fuck up for her own. She left her own sorority out there in the cold.
Remember she didn't come out. She thought she was gonna win, and she had the whole motherfucking sorority and the marching band and all the motherfuckers supported out there, all her donors and shit. She left them motherfuckers out there cold as a motherfucker. Well, Kamala Harris won't be speaking tonight. We don't know where the bitch at. She didn't come out to like a week later, drunk as a motherfucker. Hey, y'all. Don't give up the fight. Like, damn, bitch. The first time you come back out, you drunk as shit, right? She left her whole. It was cold as a motherfucker. She left everybody in the cold. Fuck all you sons of bitches. I ain't saying nothing to all you people that knocked on doors, all the volunteers. Matter of fact, all you motherfuckers fired. Remember, she fired them right after that because they didn't have no more money, right? Donald Trump came on TV and said, look, man, I got enough money. Donald Trump said, look, man, I got enough money for the next election. I'm already saved up for 2028. And these motherfuckers behind 20 million, and Donald Trump got money saved up for 2028. Like, I might not run again, but I got the money saved up for whoever do. Maybe it's gonna be Barron. We don't know. Ha! He left the motherfuckers in the cold.
She left her own sorority out there in the cold.
Doctors Committee opposing.
Woo! Let's get into how Bill Gates hate Robert F. Kennedy. Because remember, Bill Gates had a lot of doctors sign some shit like, hey man, I got 450 doctors to say that Robert F. Kennedy vaccine shit is a lie. It's false, right? He had 450 doctors or some shit like that, like all kind of doctors and scientists and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? That they entered in Congress and they entered into all the news. And, one of them Joe Biden things. One of them Joe Biden. I got 30 senators that say that this is what happened and this and all. Got 30 motherfuckers, 51 agents and all this other. Same thing with Joe Biden, right? But it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Let's go.
RFK is Bill Gates backed AstroTurf with fake names. Oh, and you scroll down and it gives me the credit.
Fake names.
I don't care about the credit other than you need to understand I am in the fight 18 to 20 hours a day like a pit bull.
It all started with a letter organised by the so-called Committee to Protect Healthcare, claiming it was signed by over 17,000 doctors, urging the Senate to reject RFK Jr.'s nomination.
17,000 doctors. You heard what she said? It was assigned by 17,000 doctors. You know how many doctors? That's a lot of damn doctors. To say Robert F. Kennedy don't know what the fuck he talking about. That's a lot of damn doctors, but them was not real doctors. They were fake doctors.
Organised by the so-called Committee to Protect Healthcare, claiming it was signed by over 17,000 doctors, urging the Senate to reject RFK Jr.'s nomination. Sounds credible, right?
But I went crazy Friday. And when it was discovered that there was a fake petition being used by CNN and the Democrats in Congress trying to block RFK Jr.'s confirmation coming up in the hearings, saying, oh, all these doctors say he's horrible and get you killed.
So I clicked on the letter, and guess what? I signed it twice. One says Dr. Fake, and one says Dr. BS. See for yourself.
Dr. Fake and Dr. BS. She said she went on there and she signed it. Said, look, man, I went on there and I signed the doctor, said I was a doctor and said, Robert F. Kennedy is not qualified for the job, right? So if I can go on there, you can go on there, and guess who else can go on there?
They were fake doctors. Anybody could go sign it. I went and did it.
Whoa, you went and did it too? Wait, so you one of the doctors that said that? Oh my God. So you saying these doctors, you know what I'm saying, sign this petition that really ain't doctors? And they headed over to Congress and CNN and all these people to run on that shit? Shouldn't somebody be getting sued?
Anybody, anywhere, can sign this supposed letter repeatedly.
This petition isn't just misleading. It's funded by Arabella Advisors, one of the largest dark money networks in the world.
They're being funded.
Yes, exactly. It is not right. It is the mainstream. It is, I'd encourage your listeners to look up Arabella.
Oh, my bad. Arabella. I didn't have the mic on. Arabella. Look up Arabella activists, the Arabella team. Arabella, they got their hands in everything, right? And you know who the head of Arabella. Well, you don't know, but now you know. And if you don't know, you're about to know. You know who the head of Arabella. You know who got the money on the Democratic side. They talk about Elon Musk and what he do and all this old shit, but they don't talk about the people with the money on their side, that little dark money, you know what I'm saying, that be controlling the Democratic Party with the funding and the monies and the donations and the candidates and all that shit. We don't want to talk about them.
Advisors.
But I noticed the folks that broke it didn't go look at who the main funder of Arabella Dark Money Group is, and I already knew when I heard the name.
Which is just this insane, almost like sci-fi dystopian, for-profit consultancy run by this old Clinton guy. I want to say it's Eric Kessler, that just operates this army of shell foundations.
Huh? It sounds like he got some Hunter Biden shit, right? Kessler, whatever his name is. He's not the only one. Kessler donate all these things to all these different shell companies and stuff. He's not the only one. This is some other motherfuckers inside of the Arabella group.
Army of shell foundations below it that then sponsor these. It's not even they're giving money to NGOs. They create fake NGOs out of thin air whenever they need a pop-up protest somewhere. So if some
a pop-up protest, right? Pop-up abortion, right? A transgender, right? Fisher, farmers, right? Whatever organization they need to just pop up and have a protest, we're gonna pop up. We got an organization. We're gonna build an organization just for that out of nowhere, and we're gonna protest. And then when y'all find out about this is a fake organization, guess what? The organization is gone. But we had the organization, we protest, and we funded already to the Democratic Party. But by the time you figure it out, guess what? It's already over with.
Whenever they need a pop-up protest somewhere. So if some local Republican official does something, all of a sudden there's Missouri veteran gun owners against Josh Hawley's hate, whatever outside. And it's all goes back to this office on K Street or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on $2 billion.
And I searched and said, I'm surprised this story's so big. Nobody went and looked at who's the main funder of Arabella. His name's Bill Gates.
And guess who the main financiers are?
Bill Gates.
None other than Bill Gates, George Soros, and the Ford Foundation.
Arabella Advisors Network operates as a, quote, dark money organization, and they never have to disclose their donors.
Mr. Walter, when we talk about
They don't never have to disclose their donors. Never. The Democrats got it like that. They don't never have to disclose their donors. It's a dark money group. They got all kind of money, billions of dollars for protests and to get the candidates. Only Democrats, though.
the far left environmental activism, there are two individual names that frequently come up: George Soros and Hans-Jörg Wyss. Mr. Walter, can you talk about these two men and why they have taken an interest in the policy area?
And this whole big network takes in billions of dollars every election cycle and is a player in pretty much every single issue in American politics, even though hardly anybody has heard of it.
Whoa, anybody has heard of it. They got their hand in everything because they got shell companies. They're not really a group, but they're really a group of billionaires, you know what I'm saying, to get companies together, donations together, protests together, you know what I'm saying, and they have their hand in every single thing political.
You know who the second biggest funder is? You've heard of him, haven't you? George Soros and Alexander Soros.
Mr. Wyss probably deserves more attention because he's far less well known. He has given roughly $500 million as a foreign national to American nonprofits that engage in politics and public policy debate.
Foreign money!
Including C4s that give money to super PACs, which he, of course, is not allowed to do.
Whoa, he's not allowed to do a foreign entity. He's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed to do that. He sure didn't get no money to Donald Trump. He sure didn't get no money to no Republicans. Huh?
Well, now the Republican Party's covering it. Don Jr.'s covering it. Trump's set to cover it. Breitbart's covering it.
If you go to the FEC database, you can also see that he made direct political contributions to multiple members of the Democratic Party in Congress. Unfortunately, that wasn't discovered until the statute of limitations had expired.
They good after the statute of limitations expired, right? The Democrats, they got to have the Hunter, a statute of limitations expired. Joe Biden, hit the whole Biden crime family. Right now, they letting their own shit expire, but they didn't let Donald Trump shit do it. They let his statute of limitations. They made a law to bring the statute of limitations back so they can get Donald Trump, but they didn't do it for no Democrats in Congress receiving this dark, evil foreign money that's illegal.
In Congress, unfortunately, that wasn't discovered until the statute of limitations had expired. So he continues to give hundreds of millions of dollars to the Arabella Network. In fact, he was probably the original sugar daddy when the Arabella Network was just getting started in the 2000s.
Doctors Committee opposing RFK is Bill Gates-backed AstroTurf with fake names. Oh, and you scroll down and it gives me the credit.
He's also been the source of he's had an FEC complaint lodged against him and his Arabella compatriots. The FEC, unfortunately, did nothing about it, as it usually does, but the general counsel at the FEC urged that both Arabella and he be sanctioned.
Will be sanctioned, but if they sanctioned, hell no, they're not sanctioned, huh? Because they millionaires and billionaires, they got that dark money.
The Arabella Network manages billions of dollars in donations, making it one of the largest and most powerful forces in modern philanthropy.
So, Mr. Walter, do you have any insights on their end goals when influencing public policy, but most specifically in the natural resource space?
Arabella has said that roughly 1/3 of its work in its network is in the environmental space, and Mr. Wyss especially has done that. As I said, he's on the board, as is his Dark Money Group's president of the Wilderness Society.
We get a hardcore report out. It gets 10 million views. And I said over the weekend, I said, this isn't enough. I said, everybody needs to get this to the Republican Party and to RFK and everybody. It's Bill Gates.
Arabella
Bill
managed
Gates.
funds sponsor numerous advocacy campaigns and initiatives that often appear grassroots, but are funded by the same network.
Remember the huge scandal when Bill Gates got caught giving $50 million through Arabella and other groups to Kamala?
Remember, $50 million. He gave, look, Bill Gates gave Kamala $50 million. Whoa, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Is you allowed to get that much money? Can you get that much money? Is that not a violation of some kind of sort for one person? I thought it was a limitation on donations and shit like, oh, but you can give it to a super PAC and all that shit and donate a super PAC that you created out of thin air. You can do that, and the super PAC can do it, I guess. Oh, I got it. I get it. 50 million to Kamala.
3 months ago?
She has got plenty to smile about, with the New York Times breaking the news today that Bill Gates has gifted her $50 million.
Well,
whoa, Bill Gates, that's a lot of money. I wonder why.
This is a lot worse, and this will further discredit Bill Gates when he's creeping around Trump.
Now, this is a strange move from Gates, given he's avoided giving massive political donations throughout his prolific career.
Reported that Nikki Haley, state director.
Wait, and we already know that Kamala Harris wasn't the only politician getting money from Arabella. It's the reason why Nikki Haley ain't got no position, right, in the Republican Party. It's the reason why he ain't reached out to her. She's like, oh, he probably reached out to. No, it's the reason why he ain't reached out to you, because he know you with these dark money motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, no, he exposed Nikki Haley. Even your boy Vivek exposed her ass on the debate stage about receiving that dark money from these dark donors and shit like that. From who? The same Arabella group that Kamala Harris got her money from is the same Arabella group that Nikki Haley got hers from.
Throughout his prolific career.
Reported that Nikki Haley, state director in New Hampshire. This is a very bad one. Listen carefully. Tyler Clark. Did anyone ever hear of him? He was a lobbyist for the 1630 Fund, which is managed by Arabella Advisors, which is the largest Democrat dark money network in the country and considered public enemy number one.
Huh? It's considered public enemy number one, and Nikki Haley and Kamala Harris is receiving money from the top donors to defeat who? No other than Donald Trump. I wonder why.
In the country and considered public enemy number one.
This practice, known as astroturfing, creates the illusion of widespread public support for specific issues.
That's who's managing her campaign. Does that tell you something, perhaps?
You know, he's one of the richest men in the world. He's quoted back in 2019 as saying, I choose not to participate in large political donations. There are times it might feel tempting to do so, and there are other people who choose to do so, but I just don't want to grab that gigantic microphone.
Bill Gates, who has openly attacked RFK Jr. for exposing vaccine risks, is the last.
He openly attacked RFK, right? And he didn't openly do it in 2024, 2023, 2020, 2019, 2015. He attacked Robert F. Kennedy on record to Donald Trump in 2015. Right, so he's been going after RFK and these vaccines for over 15 years. He's been hollering at Donald Trump that don't trust Robert F. Kennedy for 15 years. So of course the Democrats gonna go after what? Robert F. Kennedy. Of course Bill Gates gonna go after who? Robert F. Kennedy.
Don't want to grab that gigantic microphone.
Bill Gates, who has openly attacked RFK Jr. for exposing vaccine risks, is the largest contributor to Arabella's network.
Then the second time I saw him was
Remember this? This is in 2015. right? This is 2000. This interview was like 2015, before Donald Trump, or the first Donald Trump president, the first year before, right when he got into the White House, right? 2016, 2017. But he was talking about a couple of years ago. Just think about, listen to what he said about the vaccine. The same thing he's saying today about who? Robert F. Kennedy. Let's go.
Largest contributor to Arabella's network.
Then the second time I saw him was the March after that, so March 2017 in the White House. In both of those two meetings, he asked me if vaccines weren't a bad thing, because he was considering a commission to look into ill effects of vaccines, and somebody, his name is Robert Kennedy Jr., was advising him that vaccines were causing bad things. And I said,
huh? He said somebody named Robert F. Kennedy. This is his first time when he was trying to convince Donald Trump about vaccines, Mr. Bill Gates. So of course he's gonna attack him now. He attacked him then. He ain't stopped attacking Robert F. Kennedy. He putting all kind of money behind this.
Effects of vaccines, and somebody, his name is Robert Kennedy Jr., was advising him that vaccines were causing bad things. And I said, no, that's a dead end. That would be a bad thing. Don't do that.
Well, what's changed, Bill Gates? What's changed, we all ask?
Over the past decade, Gates has poured billions of dollars into this machine to influence public opinion and policy, all while hiding behind the facade of philanthropy. This
policy is very important that he control policy. It's very important that Bill Gates control policy, because why? Bill Gates don't want to go to jail.
Public opinion and policy, all while hiding behind the facade of philanthropy. This isn't just about RFK or this petition. It's about exposing how billionaires manipulate our systems and silence voices that challenge their power.
The 1630 Fund and the larger Arabella Fund, you know who that is? It's a network, and they're giving her a lot of money because they want her to win.
Now, it's only a hypothesis, but I believe Elon Musk hit the nail on the head when he said this.
Why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public. Yes.
Ooh. Huh? You heard what Elon Musk said? It's the reason why they hate Elon Musk. It's the reason why they hate Donald Trump. It's the reason why these Democrats put so much money behind defeating Donald Trump, not only in the Republican, but in the national, right? They putting all that money behind him. Why? Because they don't want that Epstein list to be released. Elon said it. No wonder he's Hitler. No wonder he needs to be the platform to not believe in the, you know what I'm saying, and silence and shit like that. But he got too much money to be silenced, so they got to defame him. Why? Because that list coming out. Why they want all these executive orders? They talk about all these executive orders releasing this information. Why? Because the Epstein list is probably going to come out. They know it. Trump know it. Elon Musk know it. And the Democrats more scared of that than they is of anything else. There's going to be a lot of seats up in the Democratic Senate up for grabs. Pretty soon we're going to be 63 to 37 or some shit like that. Then we can get some shit done. Because some motherfuckers finna lose. They say, oh yeah, you can retire now, or we can expose your ass on this Epstein list, huh? They don't want to see that. Let's go.
Is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public. Yes.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Whoa! Yeah. Some of the people that are voting or paying for Kamala Harris to win is terrified of it. What you say, Elon Musk? Donate. That's why he donated $50 million. That's why Bill Gates' wife left him, because he was on Epstein Island. The day the report came out, the day she left his ass, and he didn't say nothing about it, huh? Take all this money. Take all this money. She left him. You was on Epstein Island. It's over with. I told you about going to that island. No wonder he won't come out of the win. 50 million.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be. But
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
by the way, probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be.
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
Now, Kennedy's interesting because it's so many years ago. You know, they do that for danger too, because, you know, it endangers certain people, et cetera, et cetera. So Kennedy is very different from the Epstein thing.
They're all quivering in their boots because the Trump campaign has indeed alluded to the fact that they will release the client Epstein list.
But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
Just today on Theo Von's podcast, VP pick for the Trump campaign, Vance literally said, oh, we got to get that Epstein client list released. And we don't know who's on it, but we know it's
He
a
can't
lot
tell
of
us,
rich
he's dead.
and powerful
Yes.
people. And we do know that this is information that the FBI, the
FBI had. We do know this is the information that the FBI had. We don't know who on the client list. Huh? Trump want to release. Vance want to release. Elon want to release. The people want to release. They was talking about my boy Matt Gaetz and his so-called sexual escapades and drunk escapades and shit like that. Okay. You want to release Matt Gaetz shit? You want to say go? You want to go ahead and release the report anyway on Matt Gaetz? That means everything is fair now. Everything is fair now. It was accusations on Matt Gaetz, accusations on P. Hegseth. Y'all release accusations. Release some of these accusations on y'all. Let y'all defend yourself like y'all had Pete and all these other people defend themselves on the national stage. Let's release that Epstein list. Huh? Y'all ain't got the Epstein list or the Puff Daddy list. Neither one of them. Puff Daddy, the only nigga I know is on a RICO case by himself. You know what I'm saying? He's the head of the drugs and the gangs and all this. Well, where the hell is the people and the drugs and the gangs and all that shit is that? That's a RICO. He a one-man RICO act. Huh? But this is what the Democrats do. They don't want you to know the truth. They would have done everything in their motherfucking power to not get that list released. And show you what the fuck they've been up to. How their morals are. Who they really friends with. Huh? What their sexual preferences is. Huh? Do they really like baby oil? We got to get to the bottom of it. That's what the Democrats want to do, get to the bottom of it, right? We got to get to the bottom of it. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's see what's in your closet. Let's release the Epstein list that y'all so want to protect the kids and child molesters, and y'all so protective of women rights and victim rights and shit like that. Well, let's release the tapes and see who was victimizing these kids. It wasn't just Jeffrey Epstein or Jaleel Maxwell. It wasn't just them. Huh? It wasn't just them. It's a lot of other people that was on that list. How was it that two of the people got the biggest sex and the biggest child sex trafficking rings and Jeffrey Epstein and the biggest drug trafficking sex party ring, you know what I'm saying, in the world? How was it that they the only motherfuckers that are the suspect? Right? And they're the only motherfuckers that was portraying these crimes on these so-called victims and these so-called women, these so-called girls, and these so-called men. Right? Nobody else. Just because I guess if you have sex with a kid or you or something like that and you was with Jeffrey Epstein, it's not your fault, it's Jeffrey Epstein's fault. If you was at a party and you happen to take some drugs and you keep on coming back for second and fourth parties and fifth parties and getting fucked and filmed and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You keep on coming back, to the same damn party. We're not gonna blame you for that. That's Puff Daddy's fault for buying the baby oil and keep on supplying you with drugs and recording this shit and inviting you, and texting you, keep on and keep you coming to these damn sexual parties that you so-called don't like or are forced to come to or forced to take drugs. Like your ass don't take the same drugs at home, bitch. He just hooked you up with a better supply and an unlimited supply. Like you don't do powder cocaine or whatever the fuck he gave you in that damn. Come on. Most of these hoes out here date raping themselves. Gonna take these drugs before I go out. We gonna give it 100. We'll get 100, but I don't want to keep y'all for long. I just wanted to do a little show for y'all. I'll be off for a couple of days while he left. I got to take a trip. You know what I'm saying? I want to take y'all for long for those who see the show later on. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you enjoyed this show. You probably didn't want to catch it. I mean, you probably couldn't catch it live because your notification are early in the day or you're doing something, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I want to thank you for watching it afterwards, just like you're watching it live right here. Thank the people who watched it live. Eugene, Norris, Oka, Dean in the house. We got y'all in the house. You know what I'm saying? We also got Sherry K in the house, Coco Hayes in the house. And I guess nobody else wanted to comment, right? Because we wasn't here with the big crowd. But I'll see y'all later, man. Thank you for coming out. And I enjoyed doing this show for you. We out. I almost done something messed up. We out.